Good morning all. In the series of lectures of order statistics today, let we see what is joint distribution of R and S order statistics. So let X be a random variable with PDF fx and CDF capital F of X. Let x1, x2, xn be independent random sample. Let we have x1, x2, so on up to xn be independent random sample. Fine. Obvious, it is of size n. Random sample. Let x of order 1, x of order 2, so on up to x of order n be corresponding order statistics. So let me write over here. Let x of order 1, x of order 2, so on up to x of order n be a order statistics. Order statistic such that, let me write, such that x of order 1 is less than or equal to x of order 2. This is less than or equal to, so on up to less than or equal to x of order n. The joint PDF of x of order R and x of order S. So we need to find this. So joint PDF or joint distribution of x of order R and x of order S. Over here, the condition is in this manner. That is, 1 is less than or equal to R, R is less than or equal to S, and S is less than or equal to N. Is we denote this joint PDF as F of, we have x of order R, x of order S in the bracket. Over here, these are the, so x of order R, x of order S. So it is denoted as F, x of order R, x of order S. In the bracket, I have x of order R, x of order S. By definition, we have this as limit delta x tends to 0, delta y tends to 0, probability of x of R is in between x to x plus delta x. So x of order R is in between x to x plus delta x, and x of order S is in between y to y plus delta y, divided by delta x into delta y, divided by delta x into delta y. So over here, if you observe the number line, let me write to the next page. So the number line over here is, since we have total of n observations, okay, and over here something, the rth element is present, x of order R, and over here something, the s element is present. Why R is in this manner? See, because 1 is less than or equal to R, R is less than or equal to S, S is less than or equal to N. So I can have ordering in this manner. Okay. So this x of R is in between x to x plus delta x. Okay. And this x of S is in between y to y plus delta y. Getting the concept? Okay. So in x to x plus delta x, I have only one element. Fine. So how many elements are there in this region? Okay. Since up to this, I have R elements, and since rth element is present in this section, so over here I have R minus 1 elements. Okay. So up to this, that is x plus delta x, I have R elements total. Fine. And in y to y plus delta y, again I have only one single element, that is S element. Okay. So in this region, that is x plus delta x to y, x plus delta x to y, I have S minus R minus 1, because up to this I have S elements and these are R minus 1 elements. So we have S minus R minus 1 elements. Fine. And in this region, that is y to y plus delta y, I have only single element. So in the remaining region, that is, this is the last region in which I have, so that is from y to delta y up to the last value, that is x of order n. So total there are n minus s elements, because up to y plus delta y, I have s elements. Getting the concept? So these are the 5 regions which I get. That is, the first region contains R minus 1 elements. The second region, R minus 1 element. The second region contains, that is, this region contains only single element 1. Then this region, that is from x plus delta x to y, I have S minus R minus 1 elements. Then in the region y to y plus delta y, I have only single element, that is xs. And from y to y plus delta y up to last, I have n minus s elements. Fine. Okay. Now, by using the definition, we can write this again as, so let me write over here, f of x of order R, x of order S. This is equal to, I can write this as limit delta x tends to 0, delta y tends to 0, 1 upon delta x, delta y. Probability that, now what I have, all the probabilities. So the probability, first probability is R minus 1 of xi. So this region. So R minus 1 of xi is R, obvious, less than or equal to which value? This value, that is x. Okay. So x. Then 1 of xi is in between x to x plus delta x. X to x plus delta x. Okay. 1 of xi means my value is x of R. Okay. Now there are s minus R minus 1 values. S minus R minus 1 of xi are in between which value? X plus delta x and y. X plus delta x comma y. Okay. Then again I have one value in between, 1 of xi is in between y to y plus delta y. This value is nothing but my xs. Okay. Then again what I have? N minus s of xi. So this region. So n minus s of xi is are greater than or equal to which value? Y plus delta y. Okay. Getting all the regions now. So let me explain it again. So see, over here, if you observe, since in the first region I have R minus 1 values, and these R minus 1 values are obvious less than or equal to this x, isn't it? Because this is a ordered values. So I can write this as R minus 1 of xi is less than or equal to x. Now, in the region x plus x comma x plus delta x, I have only single value. So 1 of xi is in between x to x plus delta x. Now, the third region is this region. So in this region, from x plus delta x to y, I have s minus r minus 1 values. So over here we write s minus r minus 1 of xi is r in between x plus delta x to y. Okay. Now, 1 of xi is in between y to y plus delta y. Okay. And n minus s of xi, n minus s of xi is greater than or equal to y plus delta y. Getting the concept? Okay. Now, let me write this as, so this is, since we know that, what we know, by using, if you see the statement over here, my random sample are independent. Okay, so let me apply the independence. So since xi's are independent, we can write this probability as limit delta x tends to 0, delta y tends to 0. Now over here we can separate all the probabilities with multiplication sign. Okay, so probability into bracket, what I have, r minus 1 of xi less than or equal to x into probability that 1 of xi is in between x to x plus delta x. Then I have probability that s minus r minus 1 of xi, that is my third probability. Okay, xi is in between x plus delta x to y. Then what I have next probability, that is my this probability. So again I have probability that 1 of xi is in between y to y plus delta y. Okay, into probability that last probability, that means this probability. So this probability is n minus s of xi is greater than or equal to y plus delta y. Fine. Okay. So this is by using, since xi's are independent, I write this. Fine. Now we can use the multinomial distribution. Multinomial distribution to write the probability of this. So what multinomial distribution told us? Since I have total number of observations, there are n observations, isn't it? So n factorial. So from this n factorial, the distribution of this n factorial is in the denominator. So since, see, over here I have the number line. So I have total of n observations. Okay, so it is over here. Then these n values are distributed in 5 regions, and these regions are, the first region contains r minus 1 observation. So r minus 1 factorial. Then what I have 1 factorial. Since in the next region I have only one value, isn't it? So that is, this is 1 factorial. Then in the next region I have s minus r minus 1 value. So I can write this as s minus r minus 1 factorial. Then in the next region again I have only one value, this value. And in the last region I have n minus s factorial. Okay. So this is the multinomial distribution, and we can write these probabilities as, see, I can write these probabilities as probability into bracket, what I have, I have limit delta x as it is. So limit delta x tends to 0, delta y tends to 0. This is as it is, divided into 1 upon delta x, delta y. Then what I have probabilities. So probabilities are in this manner now. I can write this as probability of x of I, this x of I less than or equal to x of vs over here. See, the first probability. And how many probabilities are there? These are r minus 1 probabilities. Okay, since r minus 1 of xi is, okay, fine. So this is nothing but this can be written in this manner. Since our 1 of xi, so the 1 of xi means which value is there? So 1 of xi means, I just now told you that x to x plus delta x, I have xrth value. So I can write over here directly xr. So xr is in between x to x plus delta x. Okay, fine. Then what I have, so the next probability is this probability. Okay, and our x of I is in between, x of I is in between x plus delta x to y. Okay. So our next probability is this, and we can write this probability as our x of I is in between x plus delta x to y. Okay, now again 1 of xi, and these are, how many values are there? There are s minus r minus 1 value. So raised to power I have s minus r minus 1. Then again 1 of xi, that means we can write this as probability of, now xi means over here the xth value is there. Okay, so I can replace directly the value. So y is less than or equal to x of s less than or equal to y plus delta y into the last probability, this probability. So this can be written as probability of x of I greater than or equal to y plus delta y. So how many probabilities are there? There are n minus s probabilities. Okay, so n minus s. So these are by using multinomial distribution. Okay, fine. Now let me simplify the terms. So we can write this as I have f of x of order r, x of order s. This is equal to, we have n factorial. Then the first region is r minus 1 factorial. Then the second region is s minus r minus 1 factorial. And the last is n minus s factorial. Because in between there are two regions with only one value, and 1 factorial is nothing but 1. Okay. Now, since if you observe the first term, so the first term doesn't contains delta x, so it come out from the limit. So I can write this as, so I can write this as probability of x of order I is less than or equal to x raised to power r minus 1. Fine. So I have r minus 1. So all other remaining steps are in the limit. So let me write the first limit. So in the first, the next value, that is the second value. In the second value, what I have only the delta x is present. So I can write the delta x tends to 0 only. So I have probability of x of r is in between x to x plus delta x. I can write this is divided by delta x, because if you observe the probability, it is nothing but the definition of f of x simply. Okay. The next value contains delta x, hence we can write limit delta x tends to 0 probability if you observe the third value. So third value is this. Okay. So it contains only delta x. It doesn't contains delta y. So I can write limit delta x tends to 0 and the probability. So I can have this probability as probability x plus delta x, x of I is up to y, and I have these are s minus r minus 1 values. Again, the next value is, again it is a single probability, C. So it is a single probability and it contains delta y. Okay, it contains delta y. So let me write this as limit delta y tends to 0. What I have, x of s is in between y to y plus delta y divided by delta y. Because if you observe the definition, this is nothing but the definition of f of y, that is PDF of y. Fine. Into, if you observe the last term now, so the last term again contains only the delta y. So we can have this as limit delta y tends to 0. What I have this is nothing but probability of x of I, this is greater than or equal to y plus delta y, and these are n minus s values. Okay, so that is the next step. Now let me simplify the step as, so the first term as it is, n factorial divided by r minus 1 factorial. Then what I have, it is s minus r minus 1 factorial. Then the next is n minus s factorial. Okay, fine. Now, if you observe this term, this is nothing but, is it the definition of distribution function? So let me write the definition of distribution function over here. So f of x, this is nothing but probability of x less than or equal to x. So this x is present over here. So if you observe the definition, it is one and the same. Okay. So we can have this as f of capital F of x raised to power, there are r minus 1 values. Fine. So r minus 1. This is the definition of, if you observe, this is the definition of what? It is the definition of f of x. And this is the definition of f of y simply. Okay. So let me write this as f of x into what I have this. So this can be written as, again, if you observe this probability can be written as, by using the law of distribution function, I can write this as limit delta x tends to 0. I can write this as f of y minus f of x plus delta x. This is by using the properties of distribution function raised to power s minus r minus 1 as it is. Fine. Okay. Now, what about the next value? Just now I told this probability is nothing but f of y. This probability is nothing but f of y. So let me write directly f of y over here. And the last probability, if you observe the probability, it is exactly opposite of this. Okay. So this is nothing but I can write this as 1 minus f of y plus delta y, this value. Okay. And limit as it is. So limit delta y tends to 0 raised to power n minus s. Fine. Okay. Let me simplify it as n factorial divided by I have r minus 1 factorial, then s minus r minus 1 factorial, then what I have n minus s factorial, then next as it is, because there is no any simplification, fx, capital F of x raised to power r minus 1, then I have small f of x, then since delta x tends to 0, this value gives me 0, and hence I have this as f of y minus f of x raised to power s minus r minus 1 into I have this term f of y, and the last term, since again delta y tends to 0, I can put this at 0, and hence we get the last term as 1 minus f of y raised to power n minus s, simply. Okay, so that is the joint distribution of r and s order statistics. So what it is n factorial divided by r minus 1 factorial, s minus r minus 1 factorial, then n minus s factorial. The next term is CDF, that is capital F of x raised to power r minus 1, then small fx, that is PDF, then again CDF, that is f of y minus f of x raised to power s minus r minus 1, then again PDF of y, that is f of y, and we have 1 minus capital F of y raised to power n minus s. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and press the like button.